No men today.
It's a women's club.
I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely, and I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you would love me much more than you wanted, and that someday you would leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? I'm crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I am crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I am crazy for loving you. Yes, I'm crazy.
Hi.
This is my lovely granddaughter. She starts, and she starts, well, I think she was 5 years old when she first started singing with us, and now she is, right? Well, she has been on the stage in New York City, in California, Chicago, every which way, and she took the time out to be with us today because she just loves doing these old songs, even though she's been in a lot. You tell them all the plays you've been in.
I have been in lots of plays all over the country, but it's true, I got my start right here with the Starlights and learning the songs and dances from my grandparents, and that's where I learned how to be in the biz, learned how to sing and dance and go on the road. So here's a fun song for you. It's called It All Depends on You. I can be happy, I can be sad, can be good, can be bad. It all depends on you. I could be lonely out in the crowd, can be humble, maybe proud. It all depends on you. Well, I could save money or spend it, go right on living, or end it, you're to blame, baby, for what I do. I know that I could be beggar, maybe be queen, I could be almost any old thing. It all depends on you. Clap your hands. I can be happy, I can be sad, can be good, can be bad. It all depends on you. I can be lonely could be beggar, maybe be queen. I could be almost any old thing. It all depends on you.
That was a depression song. Came out during the Depression. And that was when wives depended upon their husbands more than wives and husbands depend on each other. You don't get that. Try that again. All right. This is Johan, my oldest boy, and he's been, well, he just started singing with us about 4 or 5 years ago, because we're hoping that they will be able to take over the whole show one day soon, because we aren't going to be around.
What do you mean, you're going to live forever?
Yes, like Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett and I are the same age, believe it or not. He's still working.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
Tell him what you're going to do.
Well, this song is really doesn't need much of an introduction. It's Frank Sinatra's song. It's about summertime, which is seems so far away today. The summer wind came rolling in from across the bay. It lingered there to touch your hair and walk with me. All summer long we sang a song, and then we strolled them golden sands. Two sweethearts and the summer wind, like painted kites, those days and nights they went flying by. The world was new beneath the blue umbrella sky, and softer than a lullaby, one day it called to you. I lost you in the summer wind. The autumn winds and the winter winds, they have all come and gone. And still those days, those lonely days, they go on and on. And guess who sighs those lullabies in those nights that never end? And my fickle friend, the summer wind. Oh, the summer wind, that old summer wind. Thank you.
Here comes a little Terpsichore in here. We're going to have a little bit of Saturday Night Fever. Okay?
She probably does that too.
I like that. I used to do that. Well, my wife and I used to do a tango and a samba and a rumba and a waltz. But my wife recently had a nasty fall and broke her hip and her leg, and so she's still recuperating. It's been almost a year now. So we can't do those things anymore. Fortunately, we have help. Much beautiful help. In fact, now my back goes out now more than I do. Oh boy, that dancing. In fact, I went to Arthur Murray dancing school back after I got out of the war. Arthur Murray taught me dancing. Later on, I found out it was much more fun with a girl. Well, these doctors, I'll tell you, I went going to the doctors, and I went to the doctor, and I told him, I said, doctor, I can't stand looking at myself in the mirror in the morning. He said, well, at least we know your vision's perfect. Right? So I went to the doctor one day, and I told him, I said, I got this terrible, terrible pain in the back of my leg. He says, all right, take off all your clothes, stand in front of that window over there and stick your tongue out. I said, wait a minute, doctor, I have a pain in the back. He said, take off all your clothes, stand in front of that window and stick your tongue out. I said, why do I have to do that? He says, because I'm mad at my neighbor.
I heard that.
Picture joke. Right? Man goes to the doctor and he says, have a 6-month checkup or whatever. And the doctor says, well, you're in good shape, Fred. He says, I want you to come back to me in about, 3 or 4 months and see how you are then. So a couple months go by, and all of a sudden the doctor sees Fred walking down the street with this beautiful girl. And she's at least, maybe 20, 25 years younger than him. And so time went by, and finally Fred goes back to the doctor, and the doctor says to Fred, gee whiz, you must be doing pretty good. And he says, I am. I have a wonderful time. I'm doing exactly what you told me to do. And he said, well, what's that? You told me to get a hot mama and be cheerful. He says, I never told you anything like that. I said, you had a heart murmur, be careful. Two guys are talking, we meet on the street. He says, Fred, how's everything going? He says, oh, Fred, pretty good. He says, I got a new hearing aid. He says, a new hearing aid? He says, yeah, it must be wonderful. And he says, yes, it is. He says, it cost me $4,000, but it's state of the art. It's really a great thing. Really, I really love it. He says, by the way, what time it is? He says, about 2 o'clock. No, what kind is it? Oh, that joke! What kind is it? He says, oh, it's about 2 o'clock. Okay. Not so quiet. Okay. You got it? Okay. Well, anyway, I went to Las Vegas here not too long ago, and it's the first time I've been there. I think it was about 10 years before that. Anyway, I got into this wonderful, wonderful room in the head and relaxing and having a good time. And about 3 in the morning, this woman kept pounding on my door. Finally, about 3 o'clock in the morning, I got up and I let her out. House Dick comes up and says, you got a woman in this room? And I said, no, I haven't. He says, here's one. Walking down the street, and the girl in the evening said, I'll do anything for $200. I said, paint my house. Another one stopped me and said, stick them up. I said, wait a minute. He said, stick them up. Wait a minute. get a joke right. Sing about, have you seen any police around here? And the guy says, no, well, forget that joke. Dumb. I thought I'd go see I had some bad luck though, really bad luck. Terrible. I went to the Grand Canyon and it was closed. Okay, Daryl.
It's getting worse. To the rescue.
On that note. Okay. Well, this is a song that my grandpa and I started singing together when I was probably 8. And we've kept it in the show ever since, even though I've grown up quite a bit. But I think you'll get the idea why when you hear it.
How about that? Oh, you do. You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring and sprung. And every time I see you grin, it's such a happy individual.
The moment that you speak, I want to go play hide and seek. I want to go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon.
Oh, you and I are just like a couple of tots running around that meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, a wonderful spring to be sprung. And even though I'm old and gray,
you make me feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel
so young. You make me young. You make me feel a song to be sung,
bells to be rung, and wonderful spring to be sprung.
and even though I'm old and gray,
You'll make me feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so young.
you make me feel so young.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel so not quite that young.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Here we come, here we come. I got older, I was worried about senility, but I forgot about it.
He's right.
How are we doing? What are we doing?
There'll be a change in the weather and a change in the sea. From now on there'll be a change in me. My walk will be different, my talk and my name. Nothing about me's gonna be the same. I'm gonna change my way of living, and if that ain't enough, I'm gonna change the way I strut my stuff. Nobody wants you when you're old and gray. There'll be some changes made today. There'll be some changes made. Everybody, there'll be a change in the weather and a change in the sea. From now on there'll be a change in me. My walk will be different, my talk and my name. Nothing about me's gonna be the same. I'm gonna change my way of living, honey. And if that ain't enough, I'm gonna change the way I strut my stuff. Nobody wants you when you're old and gray. There'll be some changes made today. There'll be some changes made. Yeah. if you know it. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. I'm gonna write these words so sweet, they're gonna knock you off your feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, you'll be glad you got 'em. I'm gonna smile and say, I hope you're feeling better, and change the way I always do. I'm gonna sit right down, write myself a letter, and make believe it came from you. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter.
You write that letter, you'll feel much better.
And make believe it came from you.
You better.
I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter.
Better be to me.
And make believe it came from you. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Baby snake came into his mother and said, well, Mommy, Mommy, the lady next door won't let me hiss in their pit. She said, well, that's terrible. I remember when they didn't have a pit to hiss in.
Ready or not, here I come.
Little Tony Bennett here.
For once in my life I have someone who needs me, someone I've needed for so long. For once unafraid I can go where life leads me. I'm not alone anymore. For once I can go where my heart used to dream of long before I knew someone just like you could make my dreams come true. For once in my life I won't let sorrow hurt me, not like it hurt me before. For once I have something I know won't desert me. I'm not alone anymore. For once I can say this is mine, you can't take it. Long as I know I've got love, I can make it. For once in my life I've got someone who needs me. Take it, boys. I'm not alone anymore, no. Somehow I know I'll be strong. For once I can say this is mine, you can't take it. Long as I know I've got love, I can make it. For once in my life I've got someone. For once in my life I've got someone. For once in my life I've got someone who needs me.
Okay, I am a big fan of musical theater. I don't know about all of you, but this next song comes from Andy Get Your Gun, and actually I'm going to ask you to participate in the song. So I'm going to gesture to you, and basically it's just a call and repeat. So I'm going to sing, "That comes naturally," and then you'll sing, "That comes naturally," exactly. Or if I sing, "Doing what comes naturally," then you'll sing, "Doing what comes naturally." Very good, you sound like excellent singers. So I'll be eagerly awaiting to hear you during the song. Folks are dumb where I come from, they ain't had any learning. Still they're happy as can be, doing what comes naturally. Doing what comes naturally. Folks like us could never fuss with school and books and learning. Still we've gone from A to Z, doing what comes naturally. Doing what comes naturally. You don't have to know how to read or write when you're out with the fella in the pale moonlight. You don't have to have a professor's dome not to go for the honey when the bee's at home. That comes naturally. That comes naturally. My uncle out in Texas can't even write his name. He signs his checks with X's, but they cash them just the same. If you saw my ma and pa, you'd see they had no learning. Still they raised a family, doing what comes naturally. Doing what comes naturally. Sister Sally's musical, and though she's had no lessons, she has learned to sing off key, doing what comes naturally. Doing what comes naturally. Cousin Sally's musical, and she has no parlor. She does fine behind a tree, doing what comes naturally. Doing what comes naturally. You don't have to know how to read or write when you're out with the fella in the pale moonlight. You don't have to look in a book to find what he thinks of the moon and what is on his mind. That comes naturally. That comes naturally. My tiny baby brother, who's never read a book, knows one sex from the other. All he had to do was look. Grandpa Phil lives on the hill with someone he just married. There he is at 93, doing what comes naturally. Doing what comes naturally. Yeehaw! Yoo-hoo!
Okay, is that too low?
I'll just take it like this.
You'll take it? Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, now, fortunately, or
We're
fortunately,
going to do a medley.
a medley
Songs you all remember.
of songs that go back, way back to the 40s.
It was just one of those things.
Ah, yes.
Just one of those crazy things. One of those bells that now and then ring. It was just one of those things.
Oh, it was just one of those nights. Just one of those fabulous flights. Trip to the moon on gossamer wings. It was just one of those things.
How we certified that our love again started painting the town.
We'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down.
So goodbye,
Goodbye.
dear enemy. Here's hoping we meet now and then.
Sure, it was great fun, but it was just one of those just one of those fabulous flights.
A trip to the moon on gossamer wing. It was just one of those things.
Now if we thought a bit about that end of it, when we started painting the town, we'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down.
So goodbye, 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 baby, and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then.
It was great fun, but it was just one of those things. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah!
At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song.
At last, the sky above is blue. My heart is wrapped in clover. Oh, that night I looked at you.
I found a dream that I could cling to, a dream that I can call my own.
I found a thrill to press my cheek to, that thrill I've never known.
You smiled, and then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven,
And you are mine at
Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Till I come marching home. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Till I come marching home.
I just got word from the girl who heard from the girl next door to me. The boy she met just loves to pet and suits me to a T.
So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Till I come marching home.
I get no kick from champagne,
what?
mere alcohol
No.
doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, wow, could this be true? That I get a kick out of you.
Wow. You obviously do not adore me.
I get no kick in a plane.
Flying too high with some gal in the sky is my idea of nothing to do.
I get a kick.
You get a kick? You give me a boost. I get a kick out of you.
I get a kick out of you.
And you too. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Wow. What a show. Oh. My mother in this. How about that? Unbelievable. Never thought I'd see the day.
Okay.
Just in time. I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost. My bridges all were crossed. Those losing dice were tossed. Nowhere to go. Now you're here. And now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear. I found my way. 'Cause love came just in time. You found me just in time. And saved this lonely life. That lucky day. Lost. Those bridges all were crossed. Those losing dice were tossed. Nowhere to go. Now you're here. And now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear. I found my way. 'Cause love came just in time. I found you just in time. You saved this lonely life. That lucky day. That lucky day, day, day. That lucky day. Thank you.
Back again. I'm going to sing a song and then Amanda's going to dance to it. It's a lovely day today, and whatever you have to do, you got a lovely day to do it in, that's true. So whatever you got to do, that it can only be done by two. For I really like to stay. It's a lovely day today, and whatever you have to do, I'd be so happy to be doing it with you. So whatever you got to do, that it can only be done by two. There is nothing more to say, except it's a lovely day for singing. It's a lovely day. Now here's Amanda. Day today, and whatever you have to do, I'd be so happy to be doing it with you. So I hope whatever you have to do, that you can know about you. There is nothing more to say, except it's a lovely day for singing. It's a lovely day. Lovely day.
Oh. Very nice. Very nice. Come on. Oh, sorry. What? What? Oh. Yeah, okay. We have a new medley here in honor of the recent death of Patty Page. I guess you've all noticed that in the newspaper, maybe you haven't. Well, anyway. Patty Page, in fact, we just a month ago, 2 months ago, they had a special on Patty Page, and she was there. Put on a little weight, but she still was a beautiful gal and a great singer.
How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I
peace and goodwill. You're welcome as the flowers on Mockingbird Hill. Tra-la-la, tiddly-dee-dee, there's peace and goodwill. You're welcome as the flowers on Mockingbird Hill.
Wait. The chord.
Chord, right here. Whoa, okay. Whoopsies.
Oh, obstacle course. The heck with it. Yours? Okay. I'm sorry for this delay, but we're gonna close the program with a couple of Latin numbers. Remember Latin numbers?
Yes.
What happened to them? You're still the stars have no glory. You're still the birds fail to sing. Yours to the end of life's story. This pledge to you, dear, I bring. Yours to the grave.